Hello. I'm expecting a phone call, possibly shortly. So if I have to dip out for just a second, I'll just mute this and whatever. But it's important, so I've got to take it. And it could be any time. So, okay, dokie. Let's get started. Okay, so we left off. Oh, yeah. We're about to go eat lunch or supper, dinner rather, with Kylie and Luke. We opted out of Ashton's thing. I want to know where we're at here. I'd love to finish up Rebecca, but there's no chance in that happening tonight. No chance. With how long it's taken already just to get here, and we're like a third of the way through the story, there's no chance in hell we're gonna be. If my phone rings, I've got it on ring, so you'll be able to hear my ringtone if it's loud enough. And then you'll get to enjoy that for a few seconds, at least. Man, sorry. I want to look at this. Okay, so we're at the beginning of lunch with Luke. Then a bunch of shit happens. Then a lot of shit happens. I'm gonna guess we're gonna get a choice here, and then we're never given 3 options. Yours is poison. Mine is the V's portion of the finale song. But like the marimba version, so it's like and then it goes I got a TikTok. It's really good. Look at what a clusterfuck this is right here. But like, look, it branches into 3. So is this gonna be a choice that we have any say in, or is it just gonna happen? No, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, God, her storyline is bonkers. Look at this shit. Oh my God. But there's no way we're gonna fit. Okay, let's see what the tail end of her thing looks like. Holy moly. Okay, there's a QTE. Wow. Look at the way these end so weird. Oh, I hate it. Anyway, whatever. Alright. Let's get started, shall we? Oh, Maggie, you didn't hear me say? I'm expecting a phone call very soon. Could be literally any time, so if that happens, I'm not leaving, but I'm just gonna mute my mic and answer it. Shouldn't take too long. Okay. Of all the places nearest to the school, Kylie picks this one, and waiting for food to be served is as awkward as I've imagined it would be. Not the bad sort, though. Oh, really? The pleasant kind. Surprisingly, Luke's an okay bloke when he tries. In my perfect reality, Becca and Luke would get together. I just think they've got the chemistry. I don't know. When he tries. So long as you're willing to look past the tactless remarks, or we're not exchanging acerbic quips. I've never seen that word in my life. It's clearly he's making an effort for this to be as fun as possible for the 6-year-old, but being chattier, even going as far as to laugh when Kylie's story calls for it. What a good man, when he tries. It's an interesting thing to hear from the man. More than once I catch his frequent cheesed off expression easing whenever he looks at the girl.
And your friend? Did you make up with her?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm curious. This never had any closure, so hopefully this gets some closure.
Yep. She said she just saw something she didn't like. She didn't accept the jellies, though.
It's because ghosts don't eat.
She told me to give it to you instead. She knows you like the red ones too.
Very well. Hand it to me later. I'll bring some of them home. I think your Tia would love to have some.
What a terrible liar. He says he dislikes the idea of having children of his own, but it's easy to see some part of him genuinely wants them. What's stopping him? Nothing. But he's not gonna find out. Once Kylie wanders to the nearby bookshelves after having lost interest in the conversation, however, we both revert back to silence. Oh, come on. Come on. On our own, we have little to talk about aside from a few questions about the other here and there. I thought that was Luke yelling because ghosts don't eat, and I almost passed out. Oh, no. That would be crazy, though. At one point, it does veer on local politics and history. Ugh, bad topic. He's surprisingly versed with it. That he can hold a decent conversation without throwing a jibe. Nothing too personal is ever mentioned so far, though. It's too early for those, and besides, I don't like him enough to speak of every minute detail of my life. Better keep it strictly between the silence and the casual repartee. You know too many big words, Rebecca. Ones I've never seen before. This whole thing already looks and feels wrong on so many levels. I'm quite sure he feels the same. I doubt it. So when another bout of silence hits us and becomes too much, I've taken to finding something else to occupy myself. Toying with my mobile, turning it from hand to hand while we wait for our respective meals. But it'll be a complete lie if I say I'm not waiting for some intervention. Something to pull me away from this place. Someone. Well, don't say that's too broad. It could be a ghost, Rebecca said. Oh, God. Okay, Ashton's probably at Salem Well by this time, working on whatever business he has there. Maybe if I make up an excuse and leave now, I can still catch him?
Cut that out. It's distracting.
He's noticing the things you're doing, Rebecca. Ooh. My hand still holding the gadget awkwardly between us, arrested mid-pass by his... How can it be arrested mid-pass? By his bored tone. Would you drop it? He's been quiet for a long... It's not gonna stop in the middle of the air. He's been quiet for a long minute now after complaining about how appalling the tea they're serving here is. Before that, he had whined about how uncomfortable his chair is and tasteless the decorations they have here. I mean, I don't disagree. They've got some weird decorations at this restaurant. Oh, excuse me. Previous to that, he has griped about how dull the place is compared to the one he frequents on the upper class side of the city. Well, I'm sorry for being a bunch of peasants, Your Majesty. Figures he'll lose patience soon, having already grumbled about almost everything his eyes can reach. It's just unfortunate he's turned to me now.
Why don't you just look somewhere else?
You mean like at you?
I can't. If I turn elsewhere, I might end up looking at the bobfuck right behind us.
What's a bobfuck? What the fuck does that mean?
Bobfuck. Do I even want to ask?
Yeah, that's what I want. Do ask. I want to know. I don't want to hear it. If it's coming out of his mouth, it can only be either rude or offensive. I mean, I figured, yeah. Regardless, he continues.
Everything looks good. But have you seen the face?
Oh, is it a butterface?
True horror.
What is wrong with you? You know, I frown about this in practice, but that mouth needs to be washed out with a particularly potent soap. Preferably by your own mum.
A shame she isn't here.
Oh, hit him where it hurts. Hit him where it hurts. For whatever reason, that puts an end to that talk right away. Oh. He returns to watching his godchild, who has turned a particularly interesting picture book, found a particularly interesting picture book, and is now poring over it while I turn back to my mobile. Yeah. Hit him right in the little tender spot of his heart. Still no message. Would it kill him to at least send a message? Check if I were home? Meanwhile, Luke's silence lasts all but 10 seconds.
What is it with the damn mobile? Are you on a curfew?
Yeah, call her out. He's got the immature act down pat, I'll give him that. Seriously, how old is this guy? Has he somehow been deprived of affection during childhood? Oh no, I think you're right. I think we are right, and yeah, he has. I honestly believe, yeah,
And
he
what
has.
is it to you? I don't think it's any of your business what I do with it.
It is my business, all right?
Every line read he has just kills me.
1, I'm the one paying here.
Shit.
2, I'm being forced to eat dinner in a place this stuffed and noisy. Lastly, it's been 10 minutes, the food isn't here, and I'm hungry. What you're doing with the mobile is annoying and distracting, when the least you could do is keep things entertaining while I suffer.
Like what?
That's your problem? Shouldn't you be more worried about how this entire affair looks to other people?
Oh, I didn't realize this was one. You move fast, Daisy. You could have informed me first, you know.
Luke, keep it together. I'm getting hot over here. God.
Had I known, I would have taken you someplace nicer. Certainly the kind with better food and plenty of good wine.
Why did I ever think this was a good idea? Did it ever occur to you how inappropriate this might look to everyone?
Why should I care? It's only inappropriate if you make it out to be.
Oh my God. Anybody else like sweating?
Relax. I won't do anything to make your boyfriend angry. He doesn't even need to know we dined out. It'll be our dirty little secret.
Oh. I'm going feral. Look at his fucking smug ass. Ooh.
He's not my boyfriend.
The words come out with more force than I've intended. By the time I realize my slip up, his lips are already spread in a sneer. Heat slowly crawls up my face.
Oh, so there is someone. You're so easy to read.
Briefly, his eyes search my face. I have no idea what he sees, nor do I care to know, but in the next second, he barks out a laugh, displaying his amusement without reserve to everyone within earshot. In that moment, I know I flipped a switch in him somewhere, and I've lost my chance to deny his assumptions. Ooh. This camera loves to wander. Good enough. Do I even want to? Isn't that the reason why I've been so focused on my mobile, waiting for another message from him? For a reason to dump this awkward meeting to go after him?
Look how mottled you are. Now the nickname makes more sense. Shy Miss Pink and her cute little crush.
Eehee!
The color suits you, by the way. It matches the hair.
It's not a crush.
Classic denial. But in reality, you want him to be yours. And your every move is made to make him notice you.
Oh my God. Luke, fucking yes! Speak some truth! Oh my gosh. This is best character. I love Luke. Wait, except for the racism. We can't not mention that. Ooh, what a catty bitch, though.
In fact, you don't want him to see you with another man in a non-professional capacity. Because he might misinterpret it.
The same thing goes for you, doesn't it? Bloody, yours is even worse. What about your wife? Aren't you concerned she might misinterpret this?
Daisy, just because we tied the knot doesn't mean we have to be joined at the hip at every single opportunity.
Don't be ridiculous. Why else would you marry her if you don't want to be with her for the rest of your lives?
Because, Daisy, she also has other things she can do with her life and friends to spend time with. Granted, I don't like some of them, and I have a few of my own she utterly dislikes. But wifey doesn't have to know my every move, nor do I hers. Do you know how boring that would be? To be with the same person for all hours of the day, losing sleep over the mere fact they're not with you?
I mean, we know he's a cheater, and I'm not excusing that. But he's not talking about cheating. He's talking about just letting your significant other do their own thing and be their own person. And he's not wrong about that. But with the cheating put in, obviously that's not very good.
Or putting everything you have aside to please them, to have your whole world revolve around one person.
Aren't you just mistaking that for something else? Unlike you, there are other people here who don't share the same jaded outlook you have. Don't lump everyone together just because it didn't work out for you.
And you, my dear, are unexpectedly naive.
What's so naive about it? If you love each other, wouldn't you want to always see them, be with them, to have them focus solely on you?
I mean, no, that becomes so smothering. I mean, I'm not saying turn your romantic intentions towards somebody else, but like, you can leave them be and have their own personal space. You don't have to constantly be with that person.
Maybe you haven't been loved enough.
Oh, it's that kind of thing for you, isn't it? The love is eternal, love is a strong emotion shite. A starry-eyed girl pining for her dashing Prince Charming? What's next? Romantic confessions of love? A grand wedding on the beach? Dozens of spawns running around in some picturesque home in the suburbs?
Exactly. I like just like right now. I consider this alone time. I like my alone time. It's okay. It's okay to have alone time.
How quaint. Are you also expecting it's going to be sunshine and rainbows after? A happily ever after? Please.
What? I never once said... And is all of that such a bad thing to hope for?
It's unrealistic.
I've been married for 7 years, and I'm telling you, it's far from what you have in your pretty red head.
He called her pretty. I'm taking that as a W.
Tell me, how long has this song and dance been going for you and your man? Maybe I am mistaken.
Oh my god, yes, Luke. Fucking dig this hole even deeper for her. Averting my eyes from him is all I managed to do. What does his mere 7 years have compared to the 17 I've had with Ash? You haven't had those years with Ash. You've known him, you've been friends with him, but they have been married for 7 years. You and Ash doesn't even know you like him. It's not the same. It's laughable he thinks those two things are even comparable. Yeah, you're right, they're not comparable because they're not even kind of similar. Ash and I may have never moved past the boundaries of friendship. And stop right there. Full stop, end of sentence. You've never moved past the boundaries of friendship. Like what I'm hoping for years, but what we have isn't something anyone can scoff at. I don't know about that. Ash seems like pretty indifferent about you, honestly. I've always been by his side, endured everything with him. I know him better than anyone. No matter what this man, this complete stranger says, I know there will always be a place for me beside him. And yet.
Come on, Daisy, that shouldn't be too hard. 3, 5, 8, 10, 20.
His words easily seep into my heart like sharp daggers, gradually picking apart everything I've ever been sure of. Despite myself, the doubts resurface and my defenses crumble right in front of my eyes. It's no wonder he sees through me, and as expected, he ridicules it. Restrained, low, and rumbling, a sharp sound striking the air around us amidst the murmur of people and the soft notes of the music playing over our heads. By the way, I know this is whatever, but last game, we stood in that, rewatched it. We stood in that hallway of the school for almost 2 full hours. Granted, we went to the bathroom, but like we were in that same school scene for 2 hours. And I swear, I'm not standing in this restaurant for 2 hours. His shoulders shake, and when his mirth becomes too much even for him, he reaches up and a hand passes over his face as if to hold his glee close to him.
Bloody bollocks, this is just brilliant. Oh, mother, why do I always keep running into these things? This day couldn't get any better. I think I'm gonna need a stiff drink after this.
He dissolves into another peal of laughter, but when it subsides, what he has for me are more words, scathing, each of them. The urge to run from here has never been this
Is
strong.
everything you said how you plan to act, if that man of yours ever ends up with you? Cling to him? Put him on a bloody pedestal? Let him become the center of your universe?
Oh shit. You mean like how Hana acted towards you in the end? He doesn't like that. Because remember how weirded out he was? So he's like foreshadowing what Hannah will do to him soon. Because what day is this? The day before the party, right? Yeah, I swear. Yeah, it is. Here's the party. And Hana literally does it to him the next day. So yeah, he's doing exactly what Hana is about to do. Or he's saying.
Although with how long this seems to be going on, I think you've already done so. Marriage will just be icing on the top. Like some sort of reward for you, isn't it? For being a good, patient, loyal little girl all this time. Never looking at another man.
Oh my god! He has read right through her. This is so funny. This is such a reality check for Becca.
He must have been having a grand time with someone pining over him this long. I'm a little envious, to be honest. Maybe also a little surprised he hasn't suffocated from all your attention yet.
Laugh all about it if you want. It's not like you'll ever understand.
If I were Rebecca right now, I would be just like shrinking into myself with embarrassment. Oh my god. Luke falls silent. The ridicule in him is gone in an instant. I didn't even catch what she said. But it seemed like it was scathing, and his eyes meet mine, sharp and imposing. A challenge, but I hold it against him with the same intensity, because if there's something I won't let his opinion trample on, it's this. What does he know? It seems to be a lot, actually. However, the first one who looks away, he's the first one who looks away, focusing his eyes back to where Kylie is, and for a moment I believe I've won, until he draws in a breath and turns back to me. I'd have been crying already. Yeah, I know. I'd be like, I wouldn't even have a word to say. Because it's all true. The words he drops next, though hush, hang heavily in the distance between us.
You're right. I won't.
What did she say to him? Hold on. Laugh about it all you want. It's not like you'll ever understand. Oh, to have somebody like pining over him? Oh, okay. I mean, it's not the dig you think it is, but apparently it is.
But I do know not to mistake love for obsession, woman. They are not the same thing.
It rattles. Out of everything he said tonight, this is the one thing that twinges my heart. He got through. He got through to her. I mean, yes, exactly. She's obsessed with Ash to the point where any little thing that he does, says towards Isabella, she's instantly like green with envy. And it's so petty and childish. Because she's literally known and had a crush on him since they were children. So she'll never grow out of that petty, childish phase until something happens. Maybe it's in the manner he delivers it, the lack of conceit in his posture, or an underlying insult in the tone he takes. The remark is not meant to cut, merely to express a simple truth. This time, it's him who holds gaze against mine. Another unspoken challenge, and I realize that if this happened minutes before, I'd already have an equally searing retort at the tip of my tongue. There's none. But the anger is there, ringing in my insides, prodding at the uncertainties I've long kept. Isn't it enough? We have the long years we've been together. We have the memories whenever he needs me. Until other people came in between us, I've always been the one there. That dedication and loyalty should mean something, shouldn't it? Loyalty doesn't get you the man. Sorry. And also, like, had you been vocal and said you have feelings for him, maybe it'd be different. But you haven't. And so what's he supposed to suspect? You're just a loyal friend. You've been extremely friend-zoned, Rebecca, and you have to deal with that. Until you take it out of it, or at least try to, nothing's gonna change. I don't feel bad for you in any regard to this situation with Ash. I've always been sure of it, and that one day he'll see it for what it is. No, men are dumb. In spite of that, in this minute, under this man's scrutiny, my own heart wavers. Oh, choice time. Now I struggle to find the words. I don't need to answer that, or what right do you have? I don't care what you choose. I feel like those are both the same, but bottom. I feel like that'd be at the end of the conversation. This, on the other hand, will at least like keep the conversation or argument going. But I agree. This one's more prying and like a skewer. How dare he, though? Ooh, let's see what happened. Oh, it went down. No, that's okay. I don't care. In the long run, who fucking cares? I guess we're killing off everybody else from now on, so. Listen to this music. This is like the beginning of like a ghost hunting show. It's so like mysterious. Okay. How dare he, though? How dare he just waltz in and act like he can do as he pleases, say what he wants, or trample over others people's feelings? He doesn't know anything about me or Ashton. We've only met a few days ago, and yet he acts like we've been acquainted for years. He hasn't even met Ash. How can he say those things about him? The longer I hear his tirade, the more it sounds like he's pulling it out of his arse. Oh, I hate that word. Out of some misguided thinking he's better than anyone in this whole bloody city. What a pompous bowhead. Normally, I'll ignore people like him. He doesn't deserve a single second of my day, but a small voice at the back of my head protests at the idea of simply leaving things here. I refuse to let this go until I've said my piece and defended myself. Those aren't merely months of harboring feelings for someone he's scoffing at. They're made of years, all of it built upon memories we've had from childhood. Oh, go be butthurt about it somewhere else, honestly.
What right do you have to tell me that?
None whatsoever, Daisy.
Ah! Oh, shit. My cord's not that long. Oh, God. I love his smugness. Ooh.
But did you assume I haven't seen that before? Those longing looks? The face of someone who wants something but has yet to get it? Give me a little credit here, woman. I'm not daft, nor am I blind to your silly little feelings. It's plastered all over your face anyway. I didn't even need to try.
A pause comes after while I wait for him to add to that. He doesn't, but briefly a wistful expression spreads across his face, surprisingly gentle, as if remembering an old memory from once upon a time or something he has constantly seen in the mirror. It's gone in the next second. Then he turns his attention on a box beside him. For next few minutes, he contents himself with making a mess out of the paper napkins inside. We still haven't gotten our food, have we? Folding them into clean shapes without any clear intent before crumpling them in his hand when he loses interest and dumping them in a small pile in front of him. I allow it to go on for a little while before I interrupt him. I am not done yet.
And somehow that's reason enough for you.
Not at all. In fact, you didn't even need to stay here and listen to me ramble about it.
It's true. What obligation does she have to stay here?
Go on, walk away. The door's wide open. If you wish to be done with this mindless topic.
She does sound crazy. But also, imagine you're her in this situation. Like, he's just this is like pure gaslighting. Like, yeah, she doesn't need to react as strongly, but it is something she cares about as much as I'm making fun of it too. It's something that she cares about, and he also doesn't know Ash or doesn't really like Ash, and even if he did know Ash, he probably wouldn't like him. Just, that's my hunch. Just because he's a cop, and also Ash seems to think that he's behind stuff. But yeah, she does sound crazy. She's shouting at him about like a stupid crush of all things. But that's like a big tactic of like, oh yeah, get her riled up so she'll explode. And then I'm the cool cucumber, calm and collected. And it's just, it's like a gaslighting technique. I mean, he's big pro at that. He's still a douche. But he's also hot. So, anyway.
You certainly won't hear me complaining if we just drop this now. I, for one, am very eager to be done with this stupid nonsense about your man and your...
You don't know me.
He pauses in the middle of folding another paper napkin into an airplane and glances up at me.
I'm quite sure we've already established that, Daisy. But go ahead.
And you know not a single thing about him.
That too is true. Are you going anywhere with this?
Ugh.
We've always been together since we were children. We've been friends for a long time. We know each other better than anyone. Compared to those 7 measly years you're so proud of, we've been with each other for almost a lifetime.
And yet you're still not with him, girl. It's not, it sounds sad and kind of pathetic when you say it like that.
Not quite. Add a few more years, maybe? It does sound romantic when you put it that way, doesn't it? Not many people get to have someone with them that long. That's what you have going for you, isn't it? Cute years playing hide and seek, going to school together, and sharing lunch boxes? Did he also protect you from bullies? I bet my socks he did. Lucky, I don't even remember anyone from my old neighborhood.
Oh, Luke. Luke, you had a messed up childhood, we know it.
Well, except for that one Nancy who spat his drink in my face years ago. You better pray I don't find him.
So, you're just going to call it that? Despite what I told you, you're just going to call it an obsession?
Isn't it?
Of course it isn't.
Got her.
Didn't I already tell you?
Did it ever cross your mind how your man would feel about all this?
I love how he's calling Ashen your man, but they're not.
You think I've never thought of that? Listen here, you.
What if Ash walks in? Not saying it'll happen. What if he does?
Or were you expecting he'll simply feel the same all because of some shared history you have? Because fun fact, Daisy...
Let her have it, Luke.
Feelings change, and people, most definitely, also change with time.
Didn't I say that shit? I said, he's like, oh, she was being like, oh, he's changed. And I said, I mean, yeah, people fucking change. Oh. Luke, I love your mind. For the most part.
Whoever that person was 10 or 20 years ago, whatever idea you have of them floating inside your head, they won't be the same now.
What are you trying to get at?
Suppose that man of yours wants something else for himself. What if he never returns your feelings, the way you so desperately want him to? What will you do?
What'll you do now, that little girl? That's what I want to hear him say. He is so good at reading people. I love this. Luke, I love this. Like, he's kind of like, it's like Criminal Minds, or like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just like dissecting her for everything, and he's such a good, like, he could just read people so well.
That's not going to...
Are you going to beg? Tell him to choose you instead?
Can we just cut that first that second part of the sentence off and just have him read that first bit. I'd like to play that on repeat, please.
Or are you going to lash out at the poor woman or man who happened to catch your man's
Oh! Yes! Oh my god. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. I don't think he even know. He knows Bella, but he doesn't even know that Rebecca and Isabella are friends. And if he knew, then he would put it together. He's so smart. Ooh! Oh, called out, called out, called out. My voice falters. Look at him. He's like, I got you, bitch. Checkmate. His eyes focus on me, the pieces of paper he's been holding earlier, now left forgotten in the space between us while he waits for my response. However, I can't give him one. He's already aware of that, and it shows in his face when his lips form a lopsided smirk. How can I when I've had my suspicions all along? Ooh. One that rears its ugly head every time I simply see the two of them in the same room. Bitch, you have got jealousy issues. Seeing them in the same room, they are friends. God, girl.
Oh, I hit a nerve, didn't I?
Oh, I love catty bitch Luke.
That's none of your business.
It's true, though.
Oh.
The poor bloke doesn't have any obligation to return your precious feelings, nor can you force him to. That wouldn't be right.
I loved it. Please tell me. Yes, please tell me you are loving this as much as me right now.
If you're just going to mock me, we might as well sew your bloody mouth shut this instant.
Now, no need to get violent. But come on, 20 years? Gordon, Bennett, if nothing's happening past that mark, you might as well consider your options, woman. Even I wouldn't last that long.
Stop it.
One of these days, I'd like to meet the guy and share a few drinks with him, just to give the poor bloke a break from you, and probably see how dense he really is. I mean, a lovely woman like you chasing after him, and he doesn't give a shite? That's new. It'll be on me, don't worry.
I said stop it! I don't want to hear a word of it anymore!
Whoa! The chair scrapes the floor as I abruptly push away from our table to stand, looming over him with the most piercing glower I can summon. Anger undeterred by my own ragged breathing and clenched fists, looking down at him in the same manner he did to me through his chat. The only way I can keep my pride intact in front of him and the other people watching this sudden scene unfold. I hate this man. He called you out. He called you out. He read you like a freaking book, and now you're mad about it? I hate the fact that he can unsettle me like this, turning everything around what I believed in with his mere words alone. What's more awful? It's how easily those can replace the very ideas I hold dear to me. Not because he shattered your reality, girl. Sorry. Not because I'm easily swayed, but because in each of them, I'm aware there's a sliver of truth. More than a sliver. Minutes pass in quiet tension. Some of the diners have already lost interest in the commotion and returned to their meals. A waiter serves our food soon enough, and Kylie makes her way back to our table unaware. But before I can take a seat, Luke mutters something. I know, I'm loving the drama. The words spoken in the same biting tone he has assumed since earlier. Despite my opinion of the man, I stop to look at him. His eyes are on his food, but as he speaks, busying himself with cutting a portion of meat on his plate. Say it, Luke, say it. But what comes out of him only rings true against my ears above the din of the coffee house.
Is that all you are? Just some lovesick woman craving for another's affection?
Yeah. Yeah?
I sincerely hope not. Harry spoke highly of you.
Ooh. That burns. He spears a piece of his food, pops it into his mouth, and that's it. With that, however, he leaves another challenge in the air. Another question. One whole day with this man, and I still can't figure what his deal is. This time, I don't rise up to it. Doing so means facing a different set of truths I'm not yet ready to face, bitter truths. Those are for me to ponder on later, not in front of these people or him. His loathsome face and his sneer are the last things I'd ever want to see if that introspection ever happens. Introspection. But for all this, I can't bring myself to think of him as someone wholly despicable. The rest of our meal slips by in silence afterwards. Aside from Kylie's occasional chatter, the whole dinner goes by without another word exchanged between the two of us. Somehow we manage to make it through the whole thing without triggering another tension-riddled conversation. A good thing, perhaps. 1, because Kylie's sitting in front of us, and 2, I probably won't be able to hold a proper conversation with my mind heavy with thoughts. We depart from the coffee house just as the evening crowd starts to thin out. The same wordless silence fills our short walk back to the school, except for when Luke gestures at a nearby flower shop and enters it without waiting for Kylie and I. He emerges minutes after, carrying a bouquet of daffodils with the same softened expression back on his face. Unlike the previous ones, he tucks this one away almost as soon as he looks up at us, a moment he's not willing to share. At my confusion, he merely answers with a shrug and continues walking.
For someone important.
Mama? I accept it for what it is, if only because he doesn't owe me an explanation. It does leave more questions about him, each one as baffling as the previous ones. Those are the last words spoken this evening before we head our own ways. Up until I arrive home, I still can't understand him. Here, however, a whole different set of questions await me, and much like everything today, it comes with the littlest of things. A lone note greets me upon reaching my unit's door. Its edges flutter lightly against the faint, warm breeze passing through the small complex. My hand stops short of twisting the knob as I stare at it, though I don't make any moves to take it. Ashton's neat script lines its surface. Dropped by earlier, you weren't around. Any ideas where Scaredy Cat is? I couldn't contact her. Inspector Abigail has a few questions. LPD stuff, something about her dead coworkers. Anyway, let me know how the two of you have been doing. I'll see you later. Ash, winky face. No wonder she thinks she has any chance with him. So Isabella's not around either. You know what I realized? I was thinking about this the other day. Remember how we're like, where has she been? Like, because there's the party, and we're like, where the fuck has she been? And even like a few days before that, we didn't know where she was. Like, she was accounted for up until she was like with Zach and Ash. The few days before Zach died, or went to the house and, unfortunately died. But I think the reason she's unaccounted for is in case she dies in her playthrough, because it's a possibility that she can. And so if she's dead, then she won't be in those days anyway. And if she didn't die, well, she will make an appearance later on. But like, you know what I mean? Like, we're like, where's she been? And I think that's just in case she does die. Yeah, that's just kind of my hunch. You know how like when somebody dies IRL when filming a TV show, their characters like won't be around all of a sudden, and then it's like later been like, oh yeah, they died from this or that, or they moved away. It's like, that's just, you know what I'm saying? I think you get what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, so Isabella wasn't around either. Interesting. The message he left short and straight to the point, but not without the underlying hint of friendship. Yeah, you mean that little winky, sparkly face? He's looking for Isabella, apparently. Of course he is. You live right next to each other. Something about LPD's investigation of her co-worker's death, but ends its formal tone by checking on me. Us. Any other day, the former part of his message will likely prod at the piercing envy I've been holding, while the latter will probably send my heart aflutter. Little things from him that I want to mean something more. Yet this time only guilt fills me, and my eyes briefly shifts toward Isabella's empty unit. Luke's words repeat inside my head as I do so.
Is that all you are? Just some lovesick woman craving for another's affection?
I want to see how that just affected. Okay, we're down here. What was that? What was the question? Why didn't we get... Oh, what right do you have? Oh, okay, I see. So that, what he just said just made us move down here. That means we're very close to if this is a choice. I'm curious to see what this is and what leads to 3 separate branches coming off of it.
I sincerely hope not. Kylie spoke highly of you.
Have I always been like this?
Yes. In short, yes. Wait, it's the 29th? Oh, wait, that was just the last day I'd clicked on. Like, no way. Oh, look at her. So cute. Look at him. Oh. He kind of looks like Phoenix Wright in this picture. I mean, minus the, like, crazy hair, but something about that picture makes me think of Phoenix Wright. Have I always been like this? Yes, you have. This selfish? Yeah. Oh my god. It's like she's just had a mirror held up against her, and now she has to face all her flaws and insecurities. Good. In truth, I've intended to call Ash after that dinner. If I didn't catch him here, invite him to that party like I've planned. There's time, and he's still probably awake at around this hour. But my hands won't move. God, so itchy. Perhaps it is for the better. Until I've had the time to think this through, it'll be best if I distance myself from those I've been clinging tightly to. Find a different perspective and see things for what they are. With a soft sigh, I reach for the note and crumple it under my hand. The knob twists open with much ease when I enter this time. And we finally get to see the inside of Becca's apartment. Maybe after some introspection, it'll be easier. For tomorrow, I have that woman in the mansion to worry about. No, I want to see the inside of her apartment. Damn it. The night wears on. Oh. Okay. I mean, I like... Look at all that middle shit we're missing. So we get this little bloop in the beginning, but then look at all this middle shit we're missing. It's all in the middle. Look at how we're soaring over all that middle shit. What the fuck? That's the least, like, oh my god, we're gonna miss all that. For what? What? The night wears on without any further incident, despite the great number of thoughts swimming inside my head. That would be a fun one to play. What's that? I remember saying something, but I don't remember what I said. I don't remember what I said. Come morning, there's only a hush, a strange sort of stillness, unlike the ones greeting me every morning. This one's uneasy, tight with anticipation, like a string stretched thin. Oh, Phoenix Wright! Yes, it's hard to pick, knowing it'll fuck up shit later. I know. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, about, like, the path that it chose? I know. It's all just previous choices. I don't know what led us to this. Who knows? Truly, who knows? Sorry. My god, I just zoned out for 3 seconds. This one's uneasy, tight with anticipation, like a string stretched thin, merely waiting for the proper time to snap. Granted, it doesn't make my day any less pleasant, but the edge is there. She's edging. And as expected, the second I step out of my flat, it comes apart, broken by the voices of 2 squabbling adults echoing from a floor below. The quiet was nice while it lasted. Shame.
What the hell were you thinking?
I wasn't.
Oh! This is exactly Ash. This is Ash and Bella. Finally, we see some other people in this game.
Ow! Could you let go?
Now, a few seconds later, they both ascend the stairs with Ashton pulling Isabella by her wrist. I think we're going to double check. It's the 28th. So morning of the party. Nothing, we've only just woken up, so nothing yet. This is the day Marianne goes in the basement and gets locked at the dungeon. This is the day of the party itself. This is the day Bella doesn't go to the party, but Ash does. She struggles as she should, but his hold on her remains firm. Freeing herself means having to draw blood, but as she attempts to pry his hand off with her other one, or using unnecessary force to push herself away. How hard did he grip her? Christ. Neither of which is better than the other. One could potentially end in an accident, while the other means having to hurt him physically. She has the good sense to realize that, at least. However, it doesn't take the desperate edge in her voice when she answers Ashton's temper with her own. So on they go, none the wiser to my presence.
You have any idea how much trouble you could get in?
What did she do? Sorry, Isabella, for a second I suddenly do. That's okay. What did she do?
That's why I'm asking you for help.
Is this what you've been doing these past 3 days? Because this doesn't make your case convincing, Isabella.
Rose died, Ash.
I know. Every single person in Luxburg knows. It's on the damn news. But that doesn't mean...
People are missing. Some of those are my friends. And BRC's just covering it all up.
You can't just barge into my office and expect me to do anything about it, right off the bat. This isn't a children's game, Isabella. We have procedures. We have to follow protocol. There's red tape all over this case for a reason.
You're right. It isn't a children's game. It's rated M.
We sure as hell don't investigate things just because some stupid letter spooked us.
Ash, you have to believe me this time. If we don't do anything right now, more people will...
It's been a whole week. This stupid letter prank is getting old real fast. I'm sick of it. It was funny the first time, not so much now.
You're the only one that can help me with this, Ash. Even Rebecca won't.
All right, you two are awfully loud. What's going on here?
Both of their heads snap up, almost in unison. A displeased frown is on each of their faces, but this is a necessary interruption. Maggie, don't be so aggressive. Rated M for... Man, this game's spooky. Damn, game, you spooky. Yeah, it's just held for aggression. I'll kill you, I promise, believer. Oh, man. What can they do? People still in their units have already taken interest on the commotion, with some taking a peek behind their curtains, while others are bold enough to creak open their doors, if only slightly. If they don't keep it down, pretty soon our landlady will show up. Getting a reprimand from her is the last thing I want to happen, first thing on a Friday morning, even if this is hardly my fault.
Well, if you want to continue this, you two better do it elsewhere. You're disturbing other people.
Don't worry, we're done here.
No, we aren't. Becca, I looked it up. I called them. I visited some of them, and...
Which you shouldn't have done in the first place. Isabella, you're going to create more problems for us with what you're doing. A team has already been assigned to it. Leave it to us.
Your precious team is looking at it the wrong way. Becca, it's not just Rose. There are others.
That last bit strikes a chord, prods strongly at a memory. At that vicious smile already etched deeply inside my mind. The image appears clear enough that at the mere mention of it, I stumble on my own question.
What do you mean?
The letter, Rebecca! It's not...
It's nothing. If there's really something going on because of that dumb letter, none of us would be standing here. We've all read it, haven't we?
This is gonna be a choice between believe Ash or believe Isabella. I'm seeing it now. They're creating that like wall where it's like, go take my side. I'm your childhood crush, LOL. And Bella's gonna be like, Becca, please believe me. You're literally my last chance. I'm sensing it now. options since those are tangling. I don't know why on my phone I'm not able to see Meg's comment, but I can see them on the TV. Weird. We might see Zach again. Being that Becca goes to the party, we might see Zach again. Because he didn't die until the 31st, and this is only the 28th, so we should still see him at some point.
But Rebecca's alive, Zach's alive, I'm alive. So for the last time, this isn't a curse.
Oh, Ash, you might want to get those words out of you. For now, Becca's alive. For now, Zach's alive. For now, you're alive. For now. Okay. So for the last time, this isn't a curse.
There's a murderer on the loose, and your coworkers happen to be the victims. Give it a rest, Isabella. It's too early for this shit.
Don't you think that's too much for a coincidence?
Not so much. Most serial killers follow a pattern. I'll tell you about it some other time. And anyway, coincidence or not, the point is, civilians like you aren't supposed to get involved. You're putting yourself in danger.
I wasn't chasing after.
Will the both of you slow down and stop arguing for a minute? What's this about your coworkers, Belle?
Becca, please don't tell me now you believe this shit.
Ash, shut up. Sure, in a heartbeat, I'll agree with Ashton. Girl, no, you had realization come about you now. You have to understand you have to step away from him. That's how it has always been, besides having a very good point. Really, they're the very same ones he'll make every time I ask too many questions. But the fact of the matter is, what he wants to hear from me right now is far from what I've been seeing, sensing these past few days. Oh, yes. Yes. It doesn't matter what Isabella or I believe on our own. Something odd has been happening around me, and that letter she picked up is at the heart of this. Yes. But however, I respond to the question in their faces, one of them will be pleased with it. Yes, I knew it. I knew we'd have to make a choice. I mean, I know what you guys are going to pick. Should I just pick it anyway? Yeah. Of course. Why would she have any reason not to believe her now? Boy, I can't believe how low down we were with Isabella. Dang. Yeah. Ashton in particular won't be too happy to hear it. Imagining the look his face doesn't take too much effort. I think we're missing a word there. His entire posture shifts the moment my reluctance shows, shoulders tensing, brows furrowing, eyes gaining a sharp edge. I'll be so happy to see Isabella happy that somebody is believing her finally. He's already bracing himself from the disappointment, and it will be a disappointment. Not in a million years did I ever believe I'll be saying this either.
I might have seen her. The woman Belle's been telling us about. The one she said she saw in the attic.
Oh my god, their eyes. Both of them stare at me like I've grown an extra head, and for a few moments, Ashton looks as if he's about to have a fit. A pause treads at its heels after, a silence thick enough one can almost hear a pin drop.
You're kidding, right?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Really, Becca? Not funny.
Ash, I'm not lying. Why would I lie about this?
Ash is flabbergasted.
It's been this way since the film fest. The past few days have been really odd since we read that letter.
Or maybe you're all just feeling under the weather.
I'm not sick. Don't you think I'd know that by now?
Becca, you're starting to sound like Scaredy Cat. Give me a break.
Why don't you?
Go jump off a cliff.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, you two.
No, Bella, no. Isabella's voice cuts sharply through the conversation, abruptly putting an end to the brewing argument.
It's all my fault. This is all my fault.
Girl.
I was only hoping I could fix this before any of you. Before I... I'm sorry for dragging you all into this.
Girl, what the fuck is gonna happen when they find out Zach is dead? I am dreading that moment. Because there's no way, I don't think, there's no way that Isabella can die now. Because we've already played her. And you can't, I'm pretty sure, if you're not playing in somebody's playthrough actively, they can't die. I don't know how they could die. Unless you have to make a choice in some manner that's like you as the person you're acting as, like saving Bella from something, and then you just don't. But in her playthrough, she didn't die. So I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, why wouldn't they? He's one of their very good friends. She breathes in deep, steadying, and in that moment, something falls behind her eyes as she looks away.
I'll fix this. I promise.
No, girl, it's not on you. A quiet resolve, the same one I saw in her that night from 3 days ago. But this time it burns brighter. Even Ashton wavers at its sight when she looks him straight in the eyes, gaze unflinching. Gradually, his grip on her wrist loosens.
Belle, there's nothing to fix. The problem is...
Just this once, Ash.
Her voice, though small and lacking any force, stops him. Along with it, every sound, every noise dies around us, a hush descending as if the world is waiting for her words.
You don't have to come with me. But if I don't do anything, I am going to regret it.
She lays a hand atop his. Oh, tender piano notes. Gentle, pleading, almost intimate if one does not consider the circumstances we found ourselves in. Oh boy.
Please.
Ashton will never tell a soul, will never admit it even to himself, but it is in that short second that his own resolve breaks. Oh boy. Let's see if she's learned anything from her conversation with Luke. The moment the hard edge of his eyes softens and he relinquishes his hold on her, letting his hand fall limply to his side. Wordlessly, Isabella steps back and runs off, leaving only a muttered thanks and a small lackluster smile. Ugh. Bella, I don't like that you feel like you have to take care of this on your own. Only after the last of her footsteps fade away does Ashton move, breaking the silence with one of his sharp exhales before reaching up to pinch the bridge of his nose in a gesture of frustration and surrender.
Did you really have to tell her that?
What do you want to hear from me then? That everything's fine?
No, I want all of you to stop putting these ideas in her head. None of it is helping. Never mind. Don't worry about her. I'll bring her back here.
He's already poised to leave when my own instinct takes over. I reach for him, gripping his elbow with the same unyielding grip, the action prompted by voices whispering at the back of my mind. He's already made it clear he's not going to believe me, but he deserves a word of caution. Who knows where all of this will take us, how all of this will end. He shouldn't be caught off guard, beliefs notwithstanding.
Ash, I know you don't believe in those things she's saying. And you know me. I'm less inclined to believe in those things as you do. But I've seen something. There's something strange going on here. You don't have to buy it. If you don't want to listen to me, fine. But please, try to hear her out. It's bad enough that Isabella goes off like this without telling anyone. I'm just worried something might happen to her if she keeps at it.
Yeah, me too.
Talk to her, okay?
As if she trusts me enough for that.
Doesn't the fact that she approached you first about this, instead of me, already say a lot?
A different kind of trust, granted implicitly and never spoken. Sometimes too big, too fragile to last. He falls silent for a long moment as he turns it over in his mind. In the end, all he manages to offer is a small nod before he departs and a promise to at least listen to her without the teasing or the jibes. Becca is learning she didn't get jealous this time. I think she did, but she's really biting her tongue and she's learning to let go a little bit. She's definitely not fully over it. Not that quickly. But yes, she is learning. A favor for me and the least he could do for her. This is as much as I can do for him as well until I've understood what's happening myself. Tonight, hopefully, where this all started will provide the answers I'm looking for. Yes, please, please show us at the party. Come on, let us see Zach one more time. Okay. Except the whole thing's off to a bad start, and all of a sudden, whatever Isabella's claims dwelling in this mansion becomes the least of my concern. What the fuck is all these updates? We've jumped all this way ahead already. Oh my god. Yup, we might get through this tonight. Holy shit. Look at all the shit we missed. Oh, that's gonna kill me. We took the least, like, story-heavy route. Oh, man, that's gonna eat away at me. Of all the cabbies in Luxburn, I have to chance upon the superstitious one. Still not as bad as finding out your car's starter refuses to crank on when it was still working this morning, yes? Oh, that seems pretty, not coincidental. But it's equally as frustrating when you're forced to walk the rest of the way. All because the driver got spooked. Isabel and him will get along so well. I do get his reasons. After all, I've had my fair taste of the bazaar lately, all of which might have been brought upon by that letter Isabella found here. But you'd think he'd at least be charitable enough to take me a little closer to the house itself, not at a distance 15 minutes away from it by foot. Good thing I'm not wearing anything too formal or constricting. Otherwise, that short walk would have likely put me in a bad mood long before I have to suffer in a room full of strangers tonight. Although this soon proves to be a problem the second the driveway comes into view and I'm near the entrance. Severely underdressed is a total understatement to describe how I look. Cars worth more than my own apartment and childhood home combined line the mansion's front yard. Men and women decked out in their best also flock near the entrance. Most are eager for the festivities to start, while some are simply idling about, enjoying the warm afternoon sun before it sets. But once the woman standing at the front porch speaks, their undivided attention immediately shifts to her. Presumably Miss Wright, from the confident manner she holds herself among present company. This despite keeping it a far simpler appearance than the rest of her own guests, or not having her husband beside her. A trait worthy of utmost admiration at best. At worst, she's the envy of every woman, the subject of every gossip in Luxburn.
Welcome everyone.
And Mum said we could have been good friends. I can't even picture myself mingling with the kind of guests she has. Though I admit she does seem familiar now that I've seen her this close. Memories of sitting in a vanity, not mine, being dressed in clothes too fancy for my tastes. They flit briefly in my mind until her cheerful tone rises above the buzz of her enraptured audience again.
Please, make yourselves at home.
I wish I could share her enthusiasm, really, but being surrounded by all this extravagance, for the lack of a better term, merely makes me dread how the rest of the night might go. I shouldn't have let Luke's words affect me like that. I should have just gone ahead and asked Ash like I've planned. If he were here, then I won't have to.
Be careful with Shirley, alright?
The rest of that thought dies in my mind at once. A moment of astonishment overcomes me before confusion sets in seconds later. It takes another for my body to catch up. Once it does, when I finally turn to see it for myself, it's his familiar mop of hair that catches my eyes first. And there he is, almost an arm's reach if it isn't for the guests standing between us. Ashton Frey, standing at the Ermengarde Mansion's driveway with an air too lackadaisical for someone who who absolutely abhors parties of any form, or has any business here as far as I know. The picture it forms is too bizarre for me that my mouth speaks out ahead of any coherent thought.
Ashton?
He swivels on his heel with an equally puzzled face. An odd expression flashes momentarily across it once he sees me, though he blinks it away before I can figure out what it is exactly.
Becca, what are you doing here?
I was invited.
Really? I had no idea you were friends with the host.
Well, it's my parents, actually. But that's beside the point. What are you doing here? You hate parties.
I still do. I'm just here on behalf of a friend.
Oh? That in itself is weird coming from him. It doesn't help that he isn't even making an effort to spare a glance my way when he answers. Instead, they're focused at some point in the crowd, his gaze darting between people walking past us until a small frown forms in his face.
That's rare. Do you have someone with you then?
Nope, just me. I won't be staying long.
Well, if that's the case, maybe you and I can...
Chief?
Ashton, what's...
Unexpectedly, he places a hand on my shoulder, stopping me mid-sentence. She just creamed. He still has the distracted look on him, except this time his eyes are sharper, as if he has found what or who he's been searching for among the throng of partygoers earlier.
Sorry, Becca. I need to...
He needs to dip.
There's something I need to check for a bit. I'll talk to you later.
Oops.
Do you have a ride home?
No, I had to take a cab here. My car wouldn't start this afternoon. But what about...
I told you to get that old thing checked before, didn't I? You can head back with me after this. Anyway, I gotta go. See ya. Be careful, okay?
I meet the smile he hastily throws my way with a frown of my own. What does he mean by that? But before I can ask already, he has turned his back from me and is walking away without a single explanation whatsoever. In some desperate effort, I try to catch up to him, if only to know what warranted the sudden departure and his odd warning at the end.
Hey, be careful! About what
Only for my attempts to be interrupted by a muffled ringing from my pocket. Mum's cheerful voice greets me as soon as I answer.
Yes, I'm at the party already, Mom. Yes, I'll say hi to her if I can.
Hi, Nate! The conversation itself doesn't last long. Just a simple hello, a reminder to enjoy the party and to send their regards to their old student. But when the call ends and I get to look up, Ashton's already nowhere in sight. I'm thinking, dude, I wonder if we're gonna finish this tonight. We'll have to see. With a sigh and admittedly a little disappointment, I tuck my mobile back into my pocket and head inside. Even with familiar company, however coincidental this meeting is, this is somehow shaping up to a terrible evening. Zach is also supposed to be here. Where is he? The party hits full swing an hour later. With the host's opening remarks given, still no sign of her husband, the poor woman, and the guests promptly fed, the band shifts the melody to a livelier tune. I wonder if they leave before the whole, baby debacle happens. I can't remember that lady's name. Soon, later, laughter and the rhythmic tapping of shoes fill the room, all in accordance to the lifting strains of music. Yeah, it's going pretty quick because we missed so much shit. Look at all this shit we missed. So look at this book and then we're gonna go back. Look at all that shit we missed. We just sailed over the top of it. It would have taken way longer to go through her playthrough if we had to go through all of that crap. But we didn't. We somehow missed it. And I'm not happy about it. It seems fun, and I admit, fascinating at certain moments. The flurry of dancers making the music their own, almost with no care in the world. If I weren't so indisposed, I'd have joined the crowd for a song or two. There isn't a lack of invitations anyway, plenty of them in fact, with some asking more than once. It's only my stubborn refusal that prevents me from joining them, and I can. A single nod is all it'll take and the evening would have been far enjoyable for me. But pride and my own silly hopes, the thought of being seen with one of them by him, curbs that, as much as I hate to admit it. because doing so also means outright acknowledging the douche's claims. That he has to be the one to tell me that still sends my blood boiling. I would have preferred someone more agreeable, less of an ass. It's hard truth to swallow, especially when the very person at the center of it makes denial difficult. Can't even spare me a minute of his attention or a single glance at me the whole evening. Ah, there he is. Our boy. Hell, Zachary might have spoken more words to me. The big guy's busy covering the event to boot. But at least he manages to slip in a conversation or two between takes or a small wave of a hand when he passes by. Yeah, she has. Becca has character development. Luke called her out on her pining for Ashton after whatever, how many years. And he was right, and she was pissed. And now she's starting to not be quite as jealous, but I think it's gonna take some time. It's a lot of years to unlearn a behavior. Oh, and just like that, he's gone. What's Ashton's excuse? He's been flitting in and out of sight the whole time. One moment he's hanging around a small group, in another he's hovering around the string band. Just a second ago, he's wolfing down some deviled eggs by the buffet table, a glass of wine in his hand. Keep in mind, Mary Ann's in that cellar this whole time. The next thing I know, he's gone. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he doesn't want to be with any of his friends. Is it because his boss is here? What's the big deal about that? It has never bothered him before.
I swear, the next person who asks, I'm dancing the night away with. Ashton can go fuck himself.
You would catch his eye a lot better if you wore nicer clothes, don't you think?
Shit! Damn, that was some growth. Good for you, Becca. Good for you. Her voice almost makes me jump, too focused on the gobshite wandering around the ballroom and my own annoyance to notice. I wish those other two vids would load. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, with Mary Ann? You haven't seen that yet? Oh. Yeah, there's a little tidbit in there that is a bit important. I mean, I can let you know. I'm going to let you know one piece of information. So when Mary Ann goes in the cellar, she stumbles across a video camera and it plays her a video of some kids from the high school going and investigating the house because nobody lives there yet. And they stumble upon the letter, and at the time when they find it, the letter only says, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. They add the show this to 5 people or else. They add that. That's not in the OG letter. The letter only has ever said, help me. And then they all died. So that's an important piece of information for you to know, is that part of the letter was added after the fact of the letter being made. Oh, you didn't know that either, Nate? Yeah, so that's an important piece of information to know. If she's heard any of the profanities I've mumbled, or she's taken notice of my discomfiture. Okay. She makes no comment on it, merely greeting me with a smile when I turn my attention to her. Well, now you know. Miss Hannah Wright gives off a whole different air when she's not speaking to an audience. Homely, a bit too friendly for my liking. Homely? But I guess that comes from being raised in such an environment and having to deal with pompous, snooty people. Though I suppose nothing has really changed from years ago. I remember her carrying herself in the same manner during that one and only visit. Does she remember any of it? I won't be surprised if she doesn't. It has taken me a while myself. She probably met a lot of people like little Becky throughout her years, might have already forgotten about me or my parents. I'm more offended by the fact she called her homely. That's typically not a thing you strive to be. She just said you look like shit. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I don't think I read that, but whatever. Nevertheless, I return her a smile, awkward and stiff as it may be.
Didn't realize the housewarming was going to be this fancy. I would have gone with a nice dress if I knew.
Oh, you're fine, dearie. It's only really the parvenu, those who climb, that come to these parties all dolled up. Quite the black-haired beauty, isn't he?
It takes me a while to realize who she's talking about, until Ashton walks by again, in closer proximity than any of the times he has done so far this evening. Still without a look of acknowledgement our way, though. This is even if Miss Wright speaks loud enough to catch the attention of anyone within earshot.
Who, Ash?
You know, you really shouldn't have turned down those offers. If I wasn't married, I'd happily go dancing with those young men. But you said a name. Ash. That's the exquisite lad you've been looking at all this time. I don't know him, and I'm the one hosting this party. That must mean you know each other. Is he your boyfriend then? Because that would explain those rejections.
Oh yeah, I remember this. So Hannah saw what's about to come up here in our playthrough with Hannah. Is Isabella gonna see something too? This isn't the first time that someone has made that assumption. Almost every student I've had in the past did. My coworkers more often than not assume he is. A few of my neighbors also think we're an item. Not that Ashton has ever reacted to those. He's been quite indifferent about it, in fact. Boobs. Still, the heat of a blush creeps up my cheeks, a denial ready, despite wanting it to happen so badly myself. Melons. Big Bonhonor. I can't even say it. Big Bonhonora Cougars, or whatever the fuck. Whatever the hell. Big Dobon Honkaroos. I'll send that video to the chat when we're all done.
What? No, that's ridiculous. He isn't my boyfriend.
Such a violent reaction. A simple no would have sufficed. Many here would be happy to hear it.
And I haven't been looking at him.
I do my best to summon a straight face, but before her good cheer, it easily falters.
That's right. You've been staring. Quite heatedly, in fact. Although I'm not sure if you look like you want to kiss him or kill him.
It's more the latter currently.
Just don't go murdering him on my property. I don't want to walk into a room and suddenly find a body there.
Oh, this is the part. Oh, we don't see anything. Interesting. It's infectious in a way. No sooner I find myself enjoying our chat more than I've imagined myself to. Although her attention briefly wavers at one point, she remains a good companion, and at that point she was seeing the ghost. Oh boy, I was just looking about the room and this lady got a very prominent booty crack. That's all. Even more once I've mentioned who my parents are. Her face quickly lights up, and fondness graces her face despite the meeting from several years ago being a short one. But of course, there are some things that we really can't avoid talking about. After all, it's one of the few things I remember her asking me the moment she spotted little Becky in the room. Do you have a boyfriend? In retrospect, it's an odd thing to talk about as children, but there are loads we could have started with. All cheeked up and I don't know what day it is. Afternoon. It's definitely like evening time.
Yes, oh, I remember you. You were the cutest little thing with glasses. And when we met, you were having boy troubles with this lad called something with an A.
I believe I still have the clothes she gave me, chosen all so I could impress him. And even back then, Ash has always been denser than a rock, and that one attempt to get him to notice backfired spectacularly. Sure, he's keen, he's a detective for heaven's sake, but feelings, more often than not, escapes him.
What was it again? Aaron, Alan, Adele, Albert, Alexander, Andrew?
Which makes this whole talk all the more embarrassing. And the more names she lists off, the more my discomfort grows until my smile turns into a grimace. What will she think of me? Here she is, married to a man she most probably loves at that, while I'm still stuck in the same place, yearning for the same person.
Ashton! Ash!
Okay,
That man is that boy! The same one.
I don't know when I'm gonna stop. How far into this? I'll probably stop once I hit 2 hours, so probably another half an hour. Little after 8. I really doubt that person's gonna call me anymore tonight. We'll probably call tomorrow, so.
Oh, goodness me, after all these years! I can see why, though. He's quite dashing.
You don't really need to announce it to everyone within earshot, you know? Keep it down.
I'm so sorry, but it really is cute.
She says that, but for a short moment, a hint of pity flickers in her eyes. I take that as a chance to change the subject before anything more can be said over the matter. I haven't even figured out how I should feel about the things Luke told me. Now I'm getting dragged into a similar discussion.
This is a nice party, Miss Wright.
I know, I miss Hannah being sweet as well. I truly doubt that when we see her being all freaky, it really is her. It's just her vessel, you know what I mean? So, Hannah is always sweet. All the shit she said that was, like, concerning, wasn't really her. You know what I mean? Though, to be frank, I doubt she'll be so willing to pass this up. The topic has already captured her attention.
Please, Hannah's fine.
No, Ghost disguised as Hannah killed your husband. Not Hannah. It wasn't Hannah. I'll defend her in that regard. Hannah could not materialize within a prison or a jail cell. She doesn't have that. Crazy vessel Hannah killed my husband. There you go. There you go.
We're friends of a sort, aren't we? We must be friends, seeing as I know about your little infatuation, Becky. Don't you worry, dearie. You'll have your happy ending yet.
I'm not too concerned about that, am I? That's not what I'm looking for.
Oh, I remember that. I remember when you shipped her and Zach.
Oh? And what makes you think that? Doesn't everybody want their happy ending?
The idea of happy endings sounds like they're just for fairy tales. And they are, sorta.
You know what I don't quite understand? When she was talking to Luke in the cafe, that's what she said, was like, he pinpointed that she wanted like a happy ever after where they never fought and they always got along and they were always together, and she was like, what's so wrong about wanting that? But when we first played as Hannah, and we were talking about this with Becca here in this situation, Becca said these same things. So, how, you know what I mean? Like, maybe she's just being realistic in the matter right now. But, like, when she was talking with Luke, which was just a few minutes ago, really, well, in gameplay-wise, she did want that kind of fairy tale ending with Ash, you know? It's just weird. Like, why? What made her flip-flop? And that would have been this, you know what I mean? We hadn't even made those choices yet. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't think you can just sit around, trapped in some tower and hope for the best. If you love them, you have to fight for it, right?
Yeah, this is like the polar opposite of what she was saying in the cafe with Luke. Like, she hadn't done anything because she wanted Ash to realize the whole time. And now she's saying, you can't just sit around and wait, you have to do stuff. to get there, you know, it's like the polar opposite of what Luke and her were talking about.
You're not just going to sit there and hope that everything will just fix itself on its own. Like everything, you have to work at it.
Hypocrisy, that's what this is. How dare I preach about something when it's exactly what I've been doing? And then, I go and act as if I'm entitled to any of it. That, by virtue of us growing up together, he must return whatever I feel for him, that he's not allowed to look at another, because I'm the one who has stayed by his side the longest. Oh my god, this self-growth is so refreshing to hear from you specifically, Becca. When in the first place, Ashton has always been his own person. Oh my god, this is great. This is justifying Becca as a character. I, too, have to go to sleep. I have a principal meeting in the AM. Right. Like I said, I'm gonna finish up probably like 8-10, I'll call it. Hey, Becca, a lot less now. Me too. Me too. Character growth. It's what you need. This is something I cannot force on him. I can only hold on to these, take care of it, until the time comes I can confess it to him. Girl, I hope it does. I hope you do. Great if he reciprocates, but if he can't, if he won't, selfish. I've been too selfish. How laughable that Luke's words still strike true to up until now.
But what do I know?
I'm sure the daughter of the two greatest professors I've ever known is smart enough to know what she's talking about.
At one point, maybe I would have easily agreed to that. However, the past weeks have also seen changes in the way I view things. As nice as these things sound, it turns out whatever I previously know may not even be true for other people or for myself. It is sobering and almost funny how things I might have said with much certainty before now has doubts muddying each of them. But there will be a time to mull about these later, because when a hush suddenly descends in the room, a whole different issue rears. Oh my god, are we gonna get to see it? Especially when fucking Luke, strides into the now quiet ballroom, fashionably late and oozing with the same pompous mien he always carries around with him.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Enjoying the party? I hope I'm not too late in welcoming you all to the Wright mansion.
Before long, Hana leaves my side to join him, and it doesn't take a genius to piece it all together.
Welcome, one and all, to our humble abode. Tonight, if you have yet to find yourself in your roles, you are our ladies and lords of the court of your king and queen, if you would excuse my presumptuousness. So, enjoy the feast that has been laid out for your senses, as we only allowed the best to be served. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone!
His attitude, the manner he carries himself around people, his unfamiliarity with that part of the city. Of fucking course. I should have known. Although I'm partly at fault here. Tabloids and the gossip columns have never been really my thing. I should have also expected that wherever Luke fucking Wright is, some sort of drama will sure follow. Oh? He seems the kind of person who revels in it, figures it'll find him on its own, even when he's not asking for it. Yes, she gets to see it! It happens amidst the round of applause and hoots that people lagging behind the crowd they've gathered does not catch on. That doesn't make any sense to me. It happens amidst a round of applause and hoots that people lagging behind the crowd they've gathered does not catch on, until the cheers turn into several scandalized gasps.
I am pregnant with your little bastard. You promised me you'll take responsibility.
Oh, yeah, Nate, you get to see this.
God damn it, Luke. I finally got you to talk to me after months of silence, and you do this to me.
What do you mean you're pregnant with? Luke, is this true?
Lies and slander, woman! Security! Johans, take her out of here before she makes an even bigger fool of herself!
No, you do not do this to me. I was so ready to leave my stupid oaf of a husband. I told you to leave that damn wife of yours. Look at her. Does she look like she wants a baby?
Oh my god, this scene is so much worse knowing.
Does she look like she could take care of a baby?
Oh. Oh my god. Ugh. Seeing that scene again, now knowing everything we know, it burns even more. The commotion doesn't go further, despite the drunk woman appearing like she has plenty more venom to spill. In a little while, security shows up, escorting her out. Apparently, she's the chief inspector's wife, too. As if this whole thing can get any more fucked up than it already is. What a mess. Yeah, she's very drunk and very pregnant, like very far along. But the damage has been done, and beyond the repercussions this will bring, I'm more worried about Hana. Maybe Luke too, in part. I've seen the man that hides behind this self-importance, and it is someone who cares for the person who stands beside him. No matter how questionable that is now. After all, no anger is worse than that of a scorned woman. He's lucky, though, that he is not to be the object of it anytime soon. That his wife loves him enough not to believe any of the woman's drunken prattles.
Take that trollop out of here immediately! And see to it that she isn't allowed here or anywhere we hold any authority in Luxbourne.
Hannah's outrage is a strange sight to witness after those smiles and the grace she has carried herself through the entirety of the party. Like this, her eyes burning bright with fury, I don't doubt she can do so much more, ruin the scandalous woman if need be. Shaming her is already an act of mercy, generous enough coming from her.
Everyone, please go back to enjoying the party. Don't let that mess of a woman ruin your night.
You heard her! Strike up the band, maestro, and let us dance like fireflies in the night!
Yet when she turns to Luke, eyes gleaming with hope, something feels off. Something I can't quite place. Hers is not the face of a person who so ardently loves. There's a lack of tenderness in it, an absence of warmth and sincere affection. It's the kind that constricts, suffocates.
Well, that was a mess, wasn't it? And you handled it magnificently.
It happens. We are very important people, are we not?
I like how Becca is hearing this part happen. No one seems to have noticed it, however, and at their command, music resumes. There's a brief lull, a reluctant pause before the place becomes astir again, but shortly the buzz returns to the room. Dancers have once again taken to the floor, and their guests' excited chatter begins anew. Maybe it's just my imagination?
Milady, would you like to dance?
I don't know if we've seen this part.
With pleasure, my prince.
Maybe we have. The unsettling feeling in my stomach remains, however, even as the strained atmosphere dissolves into merriment. Even as I watch the couple lose themselves in the moment, or the people around them join them in it. It grips me all the more when, once I leave the hall, the last glimpse I catch of Hana is her smile. A thin, unearthly one spreading across her soft features. Ooh, show it! Show it! The porter closes the door behind me with a soft click, but all I hear from it are the chilling whispers. Those that seem to echo along with another familiar grin in my mind. Ooh, show it, come on! Ooh? Yes, come on. Oh, damn it. The brush of fresh air against my cheeks does little to dampen the nervous edge in my bones. Away from the rush of the party, I just feel bone tired. It's late, I've accomplished nothing of what I've come here for, and Ashton's nowhere to be found. I'm not sure what pisses me off more, that he ignored me the whole evening and might have just left without saying anything, or knowing he obviously has some other motive for being here. Can't he at least trust his own friends for that?
You didn't have to hide it from me.
He's not even answering his phone. We know that there's no good reception here, girl. That man has always been difficult to contact when he's out. But you'd think he'd at least have the decency and keep the lines open if he's going to wander off on a party. One that one that he happened to attend with his friends at that. I let the call ring for 9 more times before cutting it off. No use trying to find someone who refuses to be found. I can get home on my own. I don't need him. He can just...
Becca, where'd you go off to?
If you're done here, let's go. I'll get you back to the city.
Oh boy. We did. We just plowed through another. Oh my god. Girl. Oh my god. Look how close we are. Oh, girl. Y'all are gonna make me stop when we're this close to the end. My mistake, the second his voice cuts through the crisp night air, is that I've allowed my annoyance to get the better of me. Fuming, patience forgotten, I whirl around and march towards him. One accusation after another piles up at the tip of my tongue, ready to be hurled at any moment. There's no hesitation holding me back when I fling it at him. That straight face he keeps as I do so doesn't help temper my anger either. It only makes me want to slap some more sense into him.
Shouldn't I be the one asking you that?
Becca, I've been waiting here the whole time. I told you I hate parties like...
The whole time since that mess in the hall, why didn't he only read up until time?
And before that, where have you been the entire evening?
Right then and there, I might have forgiven him if he's shown some ounce of remorse for leaving me like that. Maybe he could have looked away, given me a sign that my assumptions might be right. He doesn't even need to put them into words. A single gesture of confirmation is all I need. Rather, what I get is the same impassive look. He does that whenever he can't disclose anything. He does that whenever he's lying. In the face of it, amidst the thick tension, a frustrated huff is the only thing I can summon.
Be that way. Fine. Suit yourself.
No more words. After everything I've seen and heard tonight, I'm already too exhausted for those. So without speaking any further, I simply walk past him and stomp over his car. Although before I can pull open the door, he calls out, one hand outstretched, a gentle weight on my shoulders.
Wait, Becca.
Oh God, what's about to happen? Oh! He pauses, his brows furrowing and lips curving into a slight frown. I can almost see the gears turning in his head while he tries to piece together everything he wants to say. Before perhaps I might have waited patiently for those. He's not a man fond of using words to express himself. More often than not, any gesture of honesty will only come out blunt and coarse when forced. But today, for one reason or another, I simply can't summon that forbearance.
Ashton, if you're just going to waste my time again...
Becca, listen. I don't know how else...
That much is obvious. Why don't you just take the whole bloody night? Go on. I can wait until next year.
Okay, girl, I know we've turned over a new leaf, but please listen to him. I want to know what he has to say.
Better yet, why don't you just keep it all to yourself like you always do? It's not like...
Rebecca, will you hear me out first?
The silence I can offer him, but whether I'll believe what he's about to say is still up for debate. A very long debate.
I honestly don't know how else to put this. I'm aware your parents have some kind of history with Hannah Wright, and somehow you're friends with her. But you should stay away from these people for now, especially the husband.
Who? Luke?
Oh, he got so mad when you said that. His expression deepens into a scowl at my mention of the name, but whatever opinion he has, he doesn't immediately voice. Still, something about it has greatly displeased him, evident in the stiff note his tone assumes.
Yeah, he's bad news.
It's my turn to frown this time. What does he mean by that? Oh, girl, we're so close to the end. Oh, my butthole is tensing. Okay, what does he have to do with this? Care to explain your reasons? If anybody's still with me and you haven't all gone to bed, I'd like your input of what we should say to him. What does he have to do with this? Do we want to piss him off? Or do we want to pry and get a little bit more of his reasoning? Hopefully he'll give us a little bit more of his reasoning. Pry? Okay.
Care to explain your reasons?
Okay. I've not meant for it to sound as harsh as it does, but anger and frustration have never been a good match in me, particularly in nights like this. It's not surprising when Ashton jerks back, as if I've struck him. For a fleeting moment, something akin to hurt darts across his features, his eyes narrowing and his hands closing in tightly into a fist at his side. Then, swiftly, he glances away and shifts his focus on the line of trees nearby, like an answer can be gleaned from the dark expanse.
I'm really sorry, Becca.
What is it for? For the party? The vague answers he continues to give? Does it include all those times before this, the year's worth of it? I don't doubt its sincerity. However, at the moment, the forgiveness he's asking isn't something I'm all too willing to hand, furious as I am. It's frankly a wonder how I can keep myself from raising my voice at him.
We'll talk about this tomorrow. And you better have a proper answer for me by then.
There's a brief hesitation before I step away, a short moment of wanting to say more, of waiting if he has anything to add. He's only silent, eyes still trained at a distance. It is the last glimpse I see of him before I climb inside his car. If the door slams closed with the same force as the anger I'm holding, its sound merely vanishes into the night unnoticed. Damn, that's some angst right there. He follows soon after, and shortly we're on our way back to the city. Yet even with the city's bright lights welcoming us, the dense, somber air from the mansion still lingers. The moon is almost at its highest by the time we reach Salem. Well, even after our respective heads have cooled off, the atmosphere within the car remains rife with unspoken tension. This isn't a problem so easily fixed with a few handshakes. Quite frankly, I don't know what will. Ashton himself has no idea what to do when he alights and dawdles awkwardly in the middle of the car park, unsure. It almost seems like he's having an internal debate whether he should say goodbye or mutter another apology. I could have driven him away purely out of spite the second I've gotten off. Still, old habits die hard. It's late and Ashton's flat is on the other side of the city. Irritation might still rear its ugly head. I added the word ugly. Every time I look at him right now, but I'm not too cruel to put up with on another long drive. To put him up on another long drive. Especially when he still appears as if he hasn't gotten any rest. Oh my lord, my reading.
You can borrow the couch.
I throw the keys to my flat his way before a protest forms on his lips. Although he catches it with ease, he eyes it with a wary expression and shoots a puzzled glance my way.
You haven't been forgiven. We're still going to have that talk, believe me. But I'm not about to send you out on another drive looking like that. It's late. Go get some rest.
We're setting aside a lot of loose ends like this, but he appears to have accepted that reason, at least in the meantime. He does give me another questioning glance when I shove past him, pulling my mobile in the process.
Where are you going? I thought...
You go ahead upstairs. I need to contact Professor Andrew.
Andrew? Why would you... Oh, no. Please. Is this that thing Isabella said this morning? Again?
Oh, we're making our way. We're so close. We're so close.
I already gave her my word, Becca. I'll look into this BRC crap. No need to drag the old guy into it.
Of course, he's still skeptical. This is the guy we could have met with instead of the priest to bless the house. Makes me wonder if he's even seeing anything at all. Figures this curse will stay away from the scoffer. But this is another loose end tonight that I can't just leave alone, Ashton's belief notwithstanding. It just so happens that it's one I can delve into using means other than taking a look at the mansion itself.
Ashton, do you really think I still give a shite after that stunt you pulled tonight?
No, but this is...
I've spent so many years with him to know this is about to turn into another argument. Before I can finish it, I cut him off with a firm raise of my hand.
Look, I don't care. There are weird things happening around here. And yes, it's Isabella's brand of weird. Ghostly voices, strange sounds, and a bloody woman sitting at the back of my car. You don't have to believe me. And I no longer have the patience to convince you, so just...
A literal bloody woman, by the way.
Just leave me be, Ashton.
He doesn't push it, growing quiet instead, although I know he has a whole case of it prepared inside his head. And there's a reluctant shift in his movement when he steps away from our conversation. Short of climbing the stairs, he stops, turns to face me with an expression almost too conflicted.
Are you really sure?
Are you starting to have some doubt?
What?
That there was something? That you've been, seeing things?
Yes, I'm very, very certain. Now go. And you better not break anything in there. The last time I let you stay over, it was that statuette Belle gave me. You haven't even replaced that one.
The last of my reprimand goes both unheard and unanswered as he disappears behind the stairs. If things aren't as strained, he might have a quip or two about that, followed by a light banter. Instead, for a long moment, I am left staring after him. There's something in the way he asked it that nags, coupled with his expression. The whole exchange just feels unsettling. Oh, okay, I want to hear what this has to say, and then we're going to wrap it up. One that doesn't fade even as I gather my thoughts and shift my focus on another, even as I dial Professor Andrews' number. And that is when it clicks. During the long wait for the professor, one stray thought emerges from the unease. Ashton has not intended for his question to be a jibe. It's concern. For what, though? For my well-being? The letter's curse? The woman I mentioned? The answers for those will have to wait, however. Finally, the call connects and Professor Andrews' voice echoes from the receiver.
Professor Andrew?
Rebecca? It's late. What can I do for you?
I know, I'm sorry, but this is a bit urgent.
After all, this is a more pressing matter. Our lives might be at stake and we're still in the dark.
Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you to do me a favor.
That's it? Okay, I think we should stop here. Oh my god, we're so close to ending it with her. Oh. We're so close. Damn it. God. Okay, well, I guess we'll be done then. I guess we'll wrap it up. I don't want to wrap it up. We're so close. Probably 20 more minutes and we would be done with her story. I don't even know what's about to happen. She's getting the professor involved now. I remember in the playthrough I watched, they chose the professor in the first place, so we actually meet with the professor and talk to him as Becca, and we learn some history about the house. But it's so late in her playthrough, I doubt that that's what's about to happen. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna end right now. So, what the fuck? Anyway, I'll let y'all have a night then. I still haven't eaten supper. I just came home and ate a handful of pretzels. Alright, I'll let you go. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we're almost done. We're almost done with her playthrough, so it'll be good to wrap this up. All right. Anyway, have a good night, y'all. Happy sleeping. And see ya. I don't know, maybe tomorrow? Should we wrap it up tomorrow? Tomorrow is my actual day to play. We'll talk about it later. Everybody get to bed. All right. Good night. Good night.